talking to Lycoming head coach Mike Clark, and Mike, 38-0 win over a spunky Misericordia team. The defense played probably their best game of the year. 8-2, 2 years in a row. Hasn't been done since I think 1999, 2000. So a pretty decent junior senior class that came up through here and is going to be leaving.
Yeah, John, it's a really good group, and unfortunately, we didn't get a little bit of help, and we lost control of that a couple weeks ago. But these guys have been phenomenal. They so many of them had to come in and play as freshmen, and they've just been able to each year improve and get our program back to the point where we are one of the two best teams in the league the last 2 years. And while it's not what we want, I mean, we're certainly not playing for second place. It's a heck of a lot better than saying we're 500 or 6-4. I mean, it's just there aren't many places, and I'm thrilled again with everything that our guys have done. But if we didn't win a championship, there aren't a lot of places where 8-2 isn't good enough. And unfortunately, our place is one of those places. So look, I love the senior class. I think our coaching staff is incredibly grateful for everything that they've done for us. They're absolutely going to leave here better, leave the program in better shape than when they got here. They've just continued to push us in the direction that we need to go, and hopefully we'll still luck out and get an at-large bid. I think there's enough talent on our team that we are one of the 32 best teams in the country, and hopefully we'll have an opportunity to continue to play. And these guys would love the opportunity to play in another football game.
I know there's a lot of people leaving. You can't talk about all of them, but the three co-captains that you picked for the year, they're a special group. Parker Showers, over 3,500 utility yards.
Yep.
I know he broke that today with a great game.
Yep. No, look, Parker's been incredible. I said to Mitch, he's the all-time leader in kickoff return yardage. He's got probably 2 or 3 other of the top 10, kickoff return seasons. He's a great player on the punt team. He had really decent numbers as Josh Kleinfelder's backup when he finally got a chance to become the starter. He's posted back-to-back probably 800 rushing yard seasons, and I think Parker Showers is a guy that would start for a lot of teams in our league. I really do, for 4 years. And if he wasn't behind Josh for a little bit, his rushing numbers would be better. Not that they're bad. I mean, he's in the top 10 in rushing, but he's a good one, and we're certainly going to miss him.
Linemen usually don't get a lot of credit, but Cody Morse, he's kind of a guy you just like, and I was kidding him. They usually say his hat comes off about every game, or his helmet, but
I don't think it did today, though.
Another great pick for a co-captain, really solid.
Nah, listen, they earned it, and John, our players vote on that, right? As coaches, we do not select those guys. I mean, we talk to our guys all the time about the captains and leadership, and I think it's their teammates, and they picked 3 great ones. And Cody Morse is another guy. I mean, he's a 4-year starter. He walked in when we really didn't have a tremendous amount of depth on the offensive line, and has been a 4-year player. He's been a first-team All-League player. He's been an All-Region player. There aren't many better offensive linemen in our league, if there are any. But he's an even better kid. I mean, like, he is as mean as he is on the football field. He's as great a kid off it, and we're gonna miss him. He's great.
You talk about a guy tough as nails, Nate or Apollo, and Nate's another one that offensive line will miss him next year.
Yeah, no, Nate. Listen, he runs around, and I'm so happy on the defensive line. Yeah, the opposing O-lines won't miss him. Here's the thing with Nate. We really loved Nate a lot. We liked Nate a lot when we recruited him, and we just felt that as a linebacker, he might have been, not quite what we needed, so we decided to move him up. And then as a sophomore, he did a nice job. And then as a junior, he came into his junior year, he had an injury, and he had a wrist injury, and missed some of the summer. And then he had an ankle injury later in the year. And to see him stay, I don't know if he's completely healthy, but to not miss any games this year, and to ultimately, I think, lead the conference in sacks and tackles for losses, and to see him just put the whole thing together, and to learn from like an Anthony Marascio and and watch him just week after week just be a really tough matchup for our opponents. He became a very complete football player. There aren't many 210-pound defensive ends who can do what he does, and if he's not our best leader, he's certainly one of the 3 best. I mean, that guy's a tremendous leader for our football team.
The thing I like about D3 football, and I know you take this in, is these kids are here to get an education. You're trying to teach them some values and move them on, and you guys are so good at that, the program, and that's why I think the parents, when they look here, that's one of the pluses here, that it's football, but it's after football that counts too.
Well, I hope so. John, we do I don't know if we call it a prayer service, but we do like an optional meeting before team breakfast every Saturday, and Coach Weiser runs it, and he spoke this morning. Sometimes we usually use a book, a leadership book to draw from, and Coach Weiser didn't bring a book today and just kind of spoke from the heart and did an incredible job. But one of the things that he talked about was our seniors and how well they've done and how they've gotten us back to where we want to be, and just how there's more to it, like that these guys, whether or not we won an MAC championship, how they're champions and have, on and off the field. And so I'd like to think that when players visit our place and their parents hopefully come with them, that they see it's more than just winning a lot of football games, which we absolutely want to do. I mean, we're not going to, again, 8-2 at our place isn't good enough if you don't win a championship, but we're going to do it the right way with really good kids, and that's important. That's important to us. It's important to anyone that's ever played football here, and so I hope, again, that in recruiting that that shows up.
Well, thanks for talking to us. It's been a great year. I hope you get another game, and sort of a bittersweet ending here, but we'll see. But it's just been a great year.
It has been, John. And look, again, the seniors are the winningest senior class, and I think the last 8 or 9 years, consecutive 8-win seasons for the first time in a long time. These guys have been fantastic for our football program, and just a great group of guys to coach. And whether or not we play again, and I certainly hope that we do, we're going to miss this group. I mean, they're as much as you can wish for as a coaching staff.
This is a production of LycomingFootball.com, your 2012 Warriors connection.